Ito na mga idol ang pinakahihintay nating laban ngayong araw. Ito ay ang laban ni Wiljon Mindoro versus Ilyas Espadas. Ito ay wakbakan ng Pilipinas versus Mexico mga idol. Ang pababalik ni Trigger Man.
Magandang umaga to everybody in the Philippines. It's 10 a.m. and they're having breakfast with ProBox TV.
Nice one. You know, that was impressive.
Uy, grabe ba di siya?
Wow, man,
Ah,
coming out aggressive.
parang gustong atang tapusin na agad ni Mindoro itong laban mga idol.
We can hear his power. I mean, I've watched him on ProBox and I've been impressed. But being ringside, you hear the power.
Contreras not Espadas not uncomfortable.
Isa pala ito si Mindoro sa Pilipino knockout puncher natin ngayon mga idol. Na undefeated.
Try to get into the deep waters.
Halos bawat laban nitong si Mindoro is pinanalo niya via knockout.
Mindoro is a big middleweight.
Yun.
He has tree trunks for legs. Espada shakes his head.
Left and right ang bigat ng kamao nitong si Mindoro. Mga idol, di yung isang kamao lang yung mabigat sa kanya, dalawa. Pwede ka talagang ma-knockout maski saan katamaan.
The way that Mindoro rehydrated, Paulie, he looks huge.
He looks different than he looks like a different guy than yesterday.
Espada's, I mean, he's 35, so his body's gonna be different. But he doesn't look like he put on too much weight. But he has a lot of redness around the midsection now.
Yun!
Big left hook there from Mindoro. That's the thing about Mindoro. He's not a one-handed
Sa
fighter.
bayan ng
He can
hook.
punch with both hands.
Okay.
He's got a right hand and a left hook.
Good speed, good combination punching too.
Because there hasn't been many rounds where I can watch him. So
Yeah,
is he
true.
good at
Pero maganda tong ginagawa ni Mindoro, katawan talaga.
He's very relaxed and then he's not. So he's very explosive and that's what
Mas madali kasing targetin ang katawan kaysa sa ulo.
He's been training over at the
Kaya naman namumula na ang katawan nitong si Espadas.
in Plant City, Florida.
Espadas push down there.
And from what I'm told in the gym by his sparring partners, power is real.
Yeah. Pretty sure the guy we were showing in the highlight will tell you that also.
Yeah, no question about it. If he remembers.
Last fight for Mindoro, a second round KO. Before that, a third round. Before that, a first round.
But this is a significant step up in opposition.
Yeah, and a guy who's very durable too. And you can see, despite the big shots that Mindoro has thrown this round, Espada's not intimidated. He looks calm. He's a guy who's used to going on a lot of rounds, and is a solid veteran.
Excellent opening round for Wiljon, the Trigger Man Mindoro.
Overhand right landed. That's got a little mark on the outside of the eye of Espadas.
Ito na mga idol, round number 2.
For maybe getting aggressive.
May bukol na kaagad sa kaliwang mata nitong si Espadas mga idol. Kakaiba talagang power nitong si Mindoro.
The right uppercut, the left hook. I mean, they're all dangerous. Trigger Man has no problem pulling that trigger.
And in Mindoro corner, they like the body work. Mark Frey likes the body work, wants to see continuing from Mindoro, which I also think is solid advice because Espadas is the guy who takes a good shot to the head, but sometimes those body shots will make even the most durable guys fold.
Yun, overhand.
The trainers about it is Mindoro a fighter that has good footwork. Does he have that? Because it's just been all knockouts. And what do they say? Like he's elusive. He's a great athlete.
Ang kagandahan lang nitong si Mindoro kasi yung mga tira niya is hindi pa isa-isa. Mostly combination talaga yung binibitawan nitong si Wiljon Mindoro. Kaya naman epektibo ang kanyang mga power punches pumapasok talaga. Oh.
But you know, when you got 8 losses, what's 9? I mean, you take a chance and take Mindoro to rounds might not be comfortable in, and maybe you can do something, pull out a win.
You're a gatekeeper, right? Mm-hmm. That's what Espadas is. And now he's been around the road.
Yeah, when you got 8 losses, if you go to 9 and be the first guy to take this guy all the full distance, you know.
The only time that Mindoro didn't get a knockout is doing a split draw. Years ago.
It was against Takashi Inoue, no?
Against Inoue, yes.
I mean, that was a very experienced guy.
And Takashi Inoue? but not the brother who's bantamweight. A different Takashi in a way.
He didn't grow that much. Nice body shot there by Mindoro. Right hand, right underneath the elbow.
Yeah, that was in.
How many rounds was that?
That was in 2023. They went 12 rounds.
Oh wow, so he's
Uy,
been around.
apir.
It was for an Asian title. It was a weird card. 115, 113.
Uy, tinamaan din si Mindoro con espadas.
114. So,
Oh, a few moments ago, Espadas did some good work. He landed a right hand and a good uppercut. That's what the guard of Mindoro. Mindoro came right back with a good right hand.
Uy, yun!
Right hand there.
Straight, kinain ng malinis ni espadas. Matibay talaga itong Meksikano, mga idol.
With a puncher.
And Espadas didn't get his head off to the side when he tried to open up.
Ito, corner na.
In the middle, and Mindoro was able to catch him with that right hand.
One of those
Yun!
shots.
Hook! Oh, apir! Grabe, ang tibay nito si espadas.
Espada was tagged.
Espadas really trying to hold on there, but Mindoro did not accept the clinch. This is what I meant about keeping
Marami ng malinis na suntok nitong natanggap nitong si espadas pero nakatayo pa rin.
Clinch.
Oh,
There you go.
wow.
That's very dangerous.
That happened.
Biglang nag-run out, mga idol.
In my career,
No way.
Yeah.
What happened?
Lights went out.
Out.
Cal.
Yeah.
Ito na mga idol, round number 3.
Ballard, and then, went away, and he got knocked out by Xander Zayas in 2022. That was in the 5th round. And last year, Callum Walsh, Irish prospect, knocked out Espadas in the 5th round.
Oh,
And there's
Yun.
the trigger man attacking.
nice guard pull there from Mindoro.
If Elias' game plan was to stay away,
Gusto na tatapusin dito ni Mindoro ang laban.
and just teeing off is the trigger man, the Filipino, doing whatever he wants
Ito
right now.
na-corner na si espadas pero matibay talaga.
Talking about with that high guard defense by Espadas, there's a lot of holes you can find in that guard. It's passive. He doesn't really move his elbows and his hands, just kind of locks up in front of you, and there's going to be places
Yeah, and
for
he's on the
Mindoro
ropes. His
to find
corner.
the holes.
He's on the ropes in his corner. I told him to use his legs. He's being defensive with his guard up. And like you said, Chan, there's a lot of holes in that high guard. That's
Especially
why,
when it's passive, because
Yeah.
he's not active with the guard.
yeah, and that's why the corner wanted him to use his legs more and move around instead.
It's good boxing by Mindoro.
He's got a little bit of lateral movement here. He's using the left hand more as a rangefinder. You see, Espadas just doesn't have the power
No.
to get any respect.
At all. And he does have some power, but it's just not there at the age of 35.
And at this weight, he was, a lot
was
of those fights you're
54.
talking about is 54.
And this is a big 160.
Uy,
Loading up a hook from Mindoro.
sa bayan mga idol.
And there's
Si Mindoro pag tinamaan ng overhand kanina. Yun! Hook!
Hook by Mindoro.
Espadas is tough.
Yeah.
That's a big
Well,
shot.
that's why he's here, man.
Yeah.
Napatigil si espadas dun eh. Tinamaan siya ng left hook.
He didn't look to be passive there. He tried to catch a shoot. He just was too wide with it. Was Espadas with the left hook? He tried.
Espadas for the first time to me is looking 35.
Yes.
Moving slower and slower.
What's that line? You get old in the ring
Yeah,
overnight?
you don't get old in the gym, you get old in the ring.
This is a vicious young fighter in Weljan Mindoro. But Espada's game, though. He'll throw something back. And Mindoro smiles.
Ooh, good reaction there by Mindoro. And that's what Mark Ferre was saying in the corner. He was like, don't get complacent. And he's been good with that.
Maganda ring ipinapakitang depensa ni Mindoro, mga idol. Naiiwasan niya ang mga power punch nitong si espadas.
Ooh, overhand right. Body
Uy,
shot,
upper.
uppercut.
Uy!
Body shot again. Solid right hand. The Filipino doing whatever he wants on Pro Box TV.
Espadas is tough, man. Fox TV,
Ito na mga idol, round number 4.
Take punishment. He's going to punch back.
In the corner of Espadas just yelled at him, "Stop touching gloves. You need a fight."
I like that. I like that. That's good instruction.
Well, Johnny's kind of like a friendly guy. He's beating you up.
Hey,
you know?
Filipino, they're all like that.
Oh, super nice. Kumusta?
Some of the nicest people on this
So,
planet.
kino-corner ni Mindoro tapos
The game plan.
sinusukat niya ang tamang distance.
Well, John's tweet was, we want to emphasize the 1-2. You got to work with the feet. We want him to be smooth. This kid is listening. He's doing all that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This is a different version of Welljohn. Yeah, granted, we're seeing him go more rounds with a quality step up, but
Yeah, we get to see more substance there from him. See, the little
Yun,
touch is trying to
pasok.
open up the guard a little bit.
Copy box number is extremely one-sided, which is pretty obvious.
Uppercut. Espada's tough heavy. Where are they?
Yeah, he takes these shots really well. He's very, very durable. Experienced enough to know how to cover up.
Espada serves as a sparring partner.
Parang depensa na lang ang ginagawa nitong si Espadas.
Valdez changed Andy Ruiz to a title. And they use Espada.
Lagi siyang nagrereklamo na sinusuntok daw ang kanyang batok pero hindi naman.
Super middleweight.
Ano mga idol, patuloy ang bakbakan.
Corner's not gonna be happy with that glove touch.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you guys aren't. It's only been 3.5 rounds, but I'm impressed being ringside and watching John Mindoro.
Yeah, this is more rounds than some people were predicting. You know, as tough as Espadas is, John looks to be the goods. Beautiful head movement there from Mindoro. Good leg strength.
I like his emphasis to the body.
Yeah, I think if he's going to get a stoppage time, it's going to have to be the body. Espada's too good of a chin.
There's
Uy,
Espada's going out
si
there.
Espadas pa ng si Mindoro pag kinorner ni Espadas.
Smiling, elusive, nothing landing from Espadas. A lot of flash, nothing there.
That was impressive too. That was really good reactions.
Yeah, now Mindoro's going to try to take advantage of it. Maybe thinking Espada's punched himself out a
Maybe the
little
old
bit.
man punched himself out. Good time to test that body. Left hook there on the inside. You get the feeling that it's like
Oh, mailap din kasi itong si Espadas, veterano na sa laban. Alam talaga niya kung kailan mag-clench. Yun, straight! Oh,
Knocking down Espada.
On the right hand. That's a knockdown.
Yeah.
So don't tell them
Yeah, Espada say no knockdown. But he's not,
ramdam ni Espadas yun.
Jumping up.
Solid na straight.
not familiar with the rule.
Espadas actually landed a good shot.
Yes.
Mindoro came right over it.
10
With a bigger
seconds.
shot.
10 seconds mga idol.
Mindoro,
And Mindoro goes right back down to
vicious
the body.
body work. Going, attacking. The Filipino fighter doing whatever he wants at the bell.
Espadas tough as always.
What about
Ito na mga idol, round number 5.
boxing scene?
Nakaligtas si Espadas sa round 4. Dito kaya sa round 5 mga idol, matatapos ang laban ito.
Okay, who's this guy you want to keep your eyes on? And it can get beyond impressed with him right now.
Because with Ryan, you're like, oh, he's talking about Filipino, so of
Yeah.
course he's very excited.
Of course.
But he's the real deal. Like everything he said was true.
Born
Uy, yun, body shot.
single mother
Malutong.
in a small village in the south of the Philippines. Mom opened up a little shop, 5 kids. You know, they're selling crackers and toothpaste. I remember reading that story about Ryan. You know, not much resources for Mindoro. Here he is fighting in the United States, and he's on the potential of changing his family's life.
He keeps going this way, you know. He could be that next Filipino star, especially at this weight class. You know, like we said earlier, you know, the Filipinos usually come in smaller weight classes.
You know, Ryan, in that story he wrote, said that Mindoro would fight in those unsanctioned street fights where the adults were paying the kids basically like $1 for winning, and if you lose, you get like 50 cents. like the smokers that they would have in the neighborhoods. He finally turned pro when he was 19 in Manila.
Mindoro taking a bit of a round off. First half of this 5th round. Not done a whole lot.
You know, in the past, Mindoro sparred Caleb Plant, Brian Mendoza, Trevor McCumbee, some guys he's got some work in. He was working his way up the ranks.
Good solid work with all those guys. Yeah, Mindoro really sitting back here in round 5.
Maybe needs a round to reset, you know. Doesn't always go this many rounds, right?
Body shot.
Yun, body shot na naman.
Espadas, man, he's a tank.
Right? He's a poker face too. He never feels anything.
Yan ang kagandahan ni Mindoro. Hindi talaga nalilimutang tumira sa katawan. Di kagaya ng ibang Filipino boxer na nag-hand-hunting lang. Uy, tinamaan ang sunod-sunod na sulit si Mindoro.
Oh, that body shot hurt him.
That one did. I think they're all hurting right now, Chris. But that one for sure.
Yeah, they ain't playing patty cakes in
No.
there, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice short
good right hand.
shot and a left hook.
And Mindoro with nice catch and shoot counters here. See, there it is again. Trying to punch in between Espadas. As Espadas usually has this high guard, so you're punching in between. And that's how you
Good
offset a catch
flurry.
and shoot. You
That's
offset it
what
with
you
a
do.
full
Kakaiba yung estilo nitong Espadas. Bumana tapos clinch agad.
Good scrap. Good scrap between the
Uy!
Filipino
Tinamaan si Mindoro ng straight.
Elias Espadas in Texas.
Who's here to win?
Ito na mga idol, round number 6.
You mentioned the Filipino Brian Segali got his
Ang labang ito pala mga idol is scheduled for 10 rounds na bakbakan.
Marvin said, oh, we're all Filipino. We're all rooting for him.
Of course.
Marvin might be the tallest 5-foot fighter I've ever seen. Does a great job with Freddie at Wild Card.
Excellent coach.
body shot there by Mindoro.
Man, Espadas is a tough dude. How do you break him down?
To the body. I mean, Xander Zayas is an excellent body puncher. He utilizes his jab and the body attack to slow Espadas down and finally stop them with a right hand. Very impressive in hindsight. From a future
Matibay ito si Espadas.
unified world champion at 154. Nice little counter there from Espadas with the right hand.
Yun, nice body shot by Mindoro.
You break down
Napakalutong.
Espadas to the body. Mindoro's gone to the body a lot. Espadas came in shape tonight. Despite the age, he's still durable.
I usually say chins don't get better
Ooh.
over time, but apparently Espadas does.
Something that Yucatan water down in Mexico.
He's taking the good body shots too. Still,
Yeah,
you know,
so-
still live in there.
This is where his team wanted him to be in the later rounds. Good uppercut by Espadas.
Doing good work here when he gets Mindoro on the ropes.
I mean, Mindoro's controlling this fight, but Espadas is tough. He's right there.
Now, we said we were going to learn things about Mindoro tonight, regardless of how the fight played out.
You see him go rounds, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, it's also, we wanted to see, I mean, the power is real, but it's as you're progressing to tougher fighters, veteran fighters, experienced fighters.
You're not going to knock everyone out, and that's the thing. You need to get these rounds under your belt, so you're not in foreign territory when you're in with someone who could punch, because Espadas is not a puncher, especially at middleweight. But there are big punchers at middleweight. You don't want to find yourself in uncharted territory with a guy who's cracked.
Great point. And you end up being in difficult situations. I think that's why he needs this kind of fight. The only other fight he went the distance in was when he got the draw. So obviously you want this kind of fight here, where he can work on some things and obviously show that he can go the distance and win fights and be dominant. Because there's been a rather dominant performance regardless.
It's
of
also
their
learning
ability.
how to break down a fighter, right, Paulie? The way to do it.
Yeah, exactly, and then pace yourself correctly and go through all those paces in general.
Also learning how to do it with stubborn guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, without the frustration, right?
Where somebody's not going to go away, like Espadas, who got knocked down earlier in the fight, still battling. Went 6.
Ito na mga idol, round number 7.
We are in the 7th. First time that Pro Box gets to see him this long.
Uy,
I like
body
what
shot
I see from
Yeah.
Mindoro. I've seen a lot
by
more of
Mindoro.
having him work things through, see how calculated he is, see the things that he's been working on in the gym, see if he can execute a game plan, which it seems like he has.
What could he work on, champ? Do you think he can maybe take something off the punches to be more deceptive with the power shots?
I'd like to see a more varied jab. He doesn't have that battering ram jab. He's kind of a range founder. I'd like him to use it more as a weapon. That was one of the ways that Xander was able to break down Espadas when they fought.
Yeah, good point.
So the jab's different. You got a durable guy, but if you jab him in between power shots, it wilts a guy.
Yeah, that's actually the only shot he doesn't throw hard, right? Is the jab.
yeah, just
But
touch
I
it.
was gonna say maybe other shots you don't want to throw hard. You want to mix the power. He throws most shots. Oh, there he mixes it a little bit.
He's done it a little bit, especially when you're like that. That change of speed, man. That's beautiful.
Espadas, tough as can be, is right there for you. And he's not going away. Going to the body.
Nice counter there over the top. Well-timed shot from Espadas.
Espadas looks like he's got a second win here in the 7th.
Showing that experience.
This is part of that conditioning. They run Mount Baldy in Southern California on Saturdays. There's Espada and Estrellita and the entire crew. And that is just nothing but elevation on a Saturday morning. They go at 6 o'clock.
How to get your weekend started, right, huh?
Yep. I did it once. Never
Did you?
again.
Yeah? All right.
Oh, they left me after a
One
mile.
and done?
But it's a 3-mile run. It just straight
up.
up in Mount Baldy. And it's just, yeah.
And you walk it down? You done?
No, they pick you up.
Oh, okay.
So they leave you at the bottom of the mountain, and then the coaches run with you. I mean, they'll drive along the side of you, and then the last mile they're waiting for you. And then up there, then they shadow box afterwards. So those ones are fine for Espadas.
Ginagamit talaga ni Espadas itong lapad ng ring. Tumatakas kay Mindoro.
As the rounds are on, it gets harder. You're burning more energy.
Tapos hit and run.
Gradual climb, just like that one in Vegas where I think Bernard run that when you're going into the mountain. By Red Rock.
Mount Charles.
Mount Charles, yeah.
Mount Charles.
Charleston, yeah. Look at Espadas coming on here in the 7th round.
Oh,
good hook from Espadas. Trigger Man got tagged.
Good counter right hand though from Trigger Man as well.
Spot is controlling the center of the ring this round.
This is what they were talking about. Go deep in the waters.
A lot of times punchers shrink as the rounds wear on. I felt like that when I fought Ruslan. He was not the same puncher at the end of the fight as he was in the beginning.
Shot there on the inside by
Easily the best round of the fight for him. He's bouncing on his toes.
Yeah, and Mindoro has a little mark on the left eye, right?
Yes, he does. The mechanic needs to get to work.
Oh, peace. Oh, there you go.
Ito na mga idol, round number 8.
You're a mind.
Nico Robledo training Espadas tonight, telling him the fight is starting to change. And then we got to get to that mind game too, right? He's not a fireman, he's a Mayan.
I mean, you gotta get into the psychology of a fighter when you get late in the fight.
Nice body shot by Mindoro.
That was a long time.
Mexican trainers like to do that. I remember Buffalo Martin with Chavez in the Mildred Taylor fight. He was naming all kinds of, do it for your daughter, for your wife, right? Everybody got thrown in there.
Well, there's one out there where Hector Lopez, who trains Alexis Rocha, said, "You're gonna hate yourself in the morning."
Uy, straight.
That's a
And
good one.
everybody's like,
Pumasok.
"Oh, father and son." It's like, no, that's his trainer. But that's where you gotta dig
Di
deep.
kasi maka-generate ng power itong si Mindoro kasi
You're not the
pag
favorite.
susuntok siya, i-clench siya nitong si Espadas. Matalino talaga. Veterano kasi itong boksingero.
Went for it as best you could, you know? Otherwise, you do hate yourself the next day.
I used to always
Sanay
say,
na
"Wake up on
lumaban."
Sunday without the regret of I could have done more. If you lose, you lose. Everybody loses.
How about there?
But if you thought you could have done more, it's a different thing.
You had clash your heads there. Mindoro took a butt to the mouth.
They've had a few clashes of heads tonight.
A little shiner underneath the left eye of Mindoro now.
He's gonna know he's in a fight tomorrow.
And it looks like Espadas has weathered the storm of the big shots from Mindoro.
That one just missed.
So Mindoro still throwing those big shots, though.
There's that jab.
So you were saying when you fought Ruslan, you felt the power shrink?
Oh, completely. He shrunk. I was able to push him around as the fight got later. His punches got a little slower. The power, because a lot of Ruslan's speed came from a lot of his power came from his hand speed. He's a very short, hard puncher. But as the fight wore on, it was not the same.
His spot is growing in confidence because he's noticing the same things, champ.
Yep. He's feeling, in the beginning of the fight, the size difference was imminent and obvious.
Maybe that Mayan mentality is what he's trying to bring out now. Is Mindoro not as active, not quite as active this round.
He's also probably thinking about that last 100 yards on that hill, running up that thing.
Look at Espadas being first with a 1-2. Mindoro counters.
Yun, pasok.
Mindoro taking some of the power off his shots, trying to match the hand speed.
Mindoro taking this round off?
Pero pumapasok din ang counter nitong si Espadas.
Mindoro with mouth open here in the round. Espadas looking good here.
Espadas is not worried about the power anymore.
Not at all. Good flurry at the end.
Ito na mga idol, round number 9, last 2 rounds.
Will we see the end of the KO streak of the Filipino Mindoro tonight?
2 more rounds to go, and then you see the total punches landed.
I don't think there's any concern about him if he's going to win this fight.
No.
But whether he's going to get the stoppage or not, I think is really in question. Body shot there.
Yung body shot by Mindoro. Parang mas epektibo tong body shot ni Mindoro sa maghihidanting siya.
It's a catch and shoot by Espada.
You've been saying it, Paulie Malignaggi.
And that was
The catch and shoot.
And that was actually a better, cleaner shot than the ones that Mindoro was landing. Now he's backing up.
Yeah, that one backed him up. Right.
And here comes Espadas growing.
But you know what? You started jabbing with the snap a little bit a few seconds ago.
Uy, nagkuntugan ang dalawang boksingero.
Now when they both stop, that one hurt right away.
That was one of those scraping headbutts. Those usually end in cuts, but these two again are hard as stone. Espadas these last couple rounds, especially in a counterpunching fashion. There it is again.
These are the wrinkles that Mindoro needs to figure out as he progresses in his career.
Now, the corner has been talking about be worried about the overhand right all night long, and Espadas has really taken that away.
And Espadas, this is what he wanted. He wanted to come in strong at the end of the fight. Another clash.
Once again,
Fighters clash.
Kuntugan na naman sa ulo.
Look, both guys are falling in with their shots too. That's the thing.
A lot of respect to Elias Espadas. Weathering the early storm, and here he is making it competitive towards the end of the fight.
Mapuputol na kaya ang knockout streak ni Mindoro dito sa labang ito, mga idol.
That Mayan pep talk got him.
Now he's telling Mindoro to come on.
now he's saying keep it up, hit him low. Oh,
Uppercut. All of us in unison with that uppercut.
Oh.
There it is.
but again, like Espadas wears them well.
It's a tough dude. That's why give credit to the guys that have been able to knock him out, like Xander
Yeah.
and Callum Walsh.
In Callum Walsh, I think it was technical decision.
Is it technically, yeah.
Yeah,
This fight that was stopped.
yeah, I think it was on cut though. I don't think Callum Walsh.
Oh, that's right. It was the Callum was
Yeah,
a couple.
Callum Walsh
Yeah.
not a puncher by any means.
So give credit to Xander.
Yeah, Xander, in hindsight, that's a really good win.
Young Xander too.
Yeah, good point. I mean, Xander's still young.
Ooh.
What a
Ooh.
timing on that.
Counter lifok.
Love that hook from Mindoro. So quick.
That's very impressive though. Espada has taken every shot pretty well all night.
He kept that guard up high. It was smart.
Not only has he taken it well, he's also not let it take away his confidence from trying to throw his own punches. Espada's been trying.
Respect
Ito
between
na
the
mga
two.
idol, last round.
It's been
Round number
heck
10.
of a 9-round fight so far. What are we going to get in the 10th and final? Of course they're going to just throw. Oh, no,
I'm not gonna say before now. So, if they've been throwing good shots all night, might as well go for the 10th round.
Ooh, good stiff jab by Mindoro there. After a clubbing right hand a few moments earlier, back comes Espadas.
And Espada has played his role. You know, he was here to give Mindoro a round to show us what a Mindoro would look like going rounds, and he's done that.
Oh,
Catch and shoot by Mindoro.
Counter by Mindoro.
that's something I feel like.
Pero
Mindoro
matibay talaga itong si Espadas.
He's picking up new things.
Yeah, he gives different wrinkles every round.
Look at
Ito,
Espadas.
2-2.
Eso. Elias Espadas, all heart.
How do you not love this guy?
That's why we keep bringing him back on Pro Boxing.
This is what a Pro Box TV show is all about right here. Good, tough matchmaking.
Trade jabs there, backs Espadas up.
Uy! Na-counter. Matindi din kumounter itong si Espadas eh.
He was talking about in the fighter meeting how his dream of becoming a world champion has not left him. You know, and he's 35 years old. He fights with heart. You know, he's not. I don't think he's winning tonight either. But you know what? A guy with that mentality will always at least try every single fight, no matter what.
Like earlier, I called him a gatekeeper, which is what he is right now. I kind of feel bad calling him that.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to like that, but
Well, I won't say it's his face.
That's what he's. That's what he's done, though. You know, he's been a solid gatekeeper in his career.
Espadas will never wear the hardware around his waist, but he's a champion in his heart, and he brings that each and every time.
Yeah, it's a great point, champ. Great, well said.
And these are the kind of guys you need in boxing, the backbone of boxing. Because a guy like, well, John, knocking everybody out, it's great, beautiful,
Yeah.
great for Instagram, but you got to get to know.
You got to see how they develop before you put them in for a world title, right?
And it's also not great for Will John. He needs to be tested. He needs to go rounds. He needs a guy like this.
You you see his eyes swollen. He's been hit, been rocked a couple times.
The knockout streak is ending.
Yep. A couple clashes of heads that he had to respond to that.
And I think he's responded well.
Absolutely.
Definitely some things to work on.
Ilap din itong si Espadas talaga.
With a guy like Mindoro, who's such a devastating puncher, it's one of those situations you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been there, you're not going to know you need to work on things. Everything's been working. Good shot.
Good shot. Espadas.
Ito, si Espadas ang bumabanat. 10 seconds.
Fight's not over.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Oh! How else would this end?
Exactly like this. 10 good rounds. Well done, Mindoro, Elias Espadas.
Matibay itong si Espadas.
Hugs between the fighters.
Después de 10 asaltos repletos de acción, esta es la 93. Judge Sparks scores it 96-93. Él scores it 98-91. Y el juez Mart scores it 97-92. All three in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Los tres a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. Still undefeated.
Yun, panalo pa rin si Meljon Mindoro, mga idol. Still undefeated. Pero naputo lang ang kanyang knockout streak, mga idol. Pero well done pa rin yung pagkapanalo niya. Impressive pa rin.